Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Controlled Chaos. I'm your host, Harry the Salubri Cat. With us, we have Max playing Cyron, Cygnus, the Siren of the Seven Systems.
Yeah!
I nailed it, first try. Tormy, the Tau, played by Jane. Sister Gwinnea, played by Liam. And Nissa Elrin, the Navigator? Question mark? Played by Ray. So, we're going to be doing a bit of a time skip. It's been a week since Ophelia's brains were splattered on the inside of the Thunderhawk, and Deltrian betrayed all of you. And you were dragged off into the bowels of the Covenant of Blood by Space Marines in midnight clad.
Oops.
You can't hear much outside of your cells, other than the occasional scream, the creaks and groans of a ship undergoing warp travel, and something scuttling.
Something scuttling.
I don't like the scuttle.
Is it like
You're
a
all
wet
in the same-
scuttling sound?
I hate it.
The sound of claws on metal. But
Oh, that's even...
you're all in the same cell. It is pitch black. No
Did they
light
take
at
our
all.
weapons?
You have been stripped of your armor and your weapons.
Oh
So
no!
I don't have my thermal helmet. Oh.
My arm
We're
is made
naked
of
and
metal. It'll be
afraid.
Your arm is made of metal. We'll be fine.
fine.
I
Yeah.
mean, wouldn't they take your
okay.
arm too, though?
They would not take my fucking arm.
That'd be a lie.
I mean, they're the
just
Night
walk around.
Lords. They're... I feel like they would.
Your arm
they
is
tried
still
to take-
attached.
Yeah, if they tried to
Okay.
take my arm, I literally would have like been dead
Oh, dang.
because I would
okay.
have gone down fighting.
I feel like I would have gone down fighting for my weapons and armor. Oh well.
I
You
mean,
tried,
maybe
but
they
there was a
incapacitated
squad
you.
of Space Marines.
Rats. This is
So-
unfortunate.
You don't know how long it's been. Nissa, you know it's been a week since you've now sort of taken over as resident super weapon aboard the
Excuse you.
ship. Until finally, you hear the stomping of boots down the hall, and the pneumatic door to your cell hisses open. You can't really see anything silhouetted in the doorway because it is just as dark outside as it is inside, but you hear a voice.
Come with me.
All of us.
How? We can't see.
I will not ask twice.
Tormy's gonna get up and probably smack into a wall or something.
The figure activates his eye lamps, and his the eyes of his helmet emit a faint red glow.
Ooh.
Follow my eyes.
Oh wait,
Mobs to a flame.
I specifically installed the flashlight in my arm, so I can turn that on. I did that last session. I didn't realize it would be so helpful.
Like Iron Man, but kind of just not as powerful.
Utility.
Yeah.
So you turn this flashlight on.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you turn the flashlight on, the Night Lord's head whips around.
Put that light out.
I'll cover it and put it out quietly.
He turns and continues to stomp down the hallway.
You know, he can only be seen in the dark. He has body issues.
Did any of you guys catch
I feel
where
you,
he's
brother.
going? Because it's way too dark.
I
Gwinnea,
think-
where are you?
I'm over here.
Tormy's gonna like make her way to Gwinnea and like climb onto her back. Okay, this is better.
Well, all right, I guess this is happening. Okay, fine. I guess I'll carry Tormy around. I'll follow the red lights. Don't want to make him ask twice.
Yeah, you follow the red lights down a set of stairs into what appears to be a large atrium.
Oh, great.
Above, there is a single red emergency light which bathes the entire room in a warm glow. Wait, who? Something. I'm now in Max's spot. Max is now in... Oh boy. Okay. Overlays fixed. So yeah. You see that this chamber is just... There are a lot of people in here going about their business, trading, speaking in a language that none of you understand. And as soon as the Marine steps foot into the room, everybody sort of goes silent.
I'm guessing this guy doesn't have a lot of friends on board. I whisper that to Gwenea.
I don't think we do either.
What are you talking about? We got each other, and hopefully Nissa, wherever the kid is.
That's true. Is Nissa not with us?
No.
Oh.
She got taken.
Yeah, Nissa was separated from you guys.
Shit.
They dragged her out kicking and screaming.
Okay.
You will join the crew of the Covenant of Blood. You are free to go where you please except the uppermost decks. And you are free to move as you please unless asked to do otherwise by one of your higher-ups. Do you understand?
Yes, but we can't exactly navigate in the dark as well as you can.
Your eyes will adjust.
Can I have my stuff back, please?
Your warplate and gear will be recycled or reused. In the case of your weaponry, much of it is in excellent condition and will be used in the Legion's duties.
Can we see our friend you took from us, maybe?
No. Not yet.
Oh, well, that's cryptic. Could you give us a tour, maybe? You know, we're new recruits and all.
Yeah, what are we supposed to be doing?
Yeah, show us the ropes.
I'm not much of a floor scrubber.
You will go about your lives on the ship. Do routine maintenance, fix things when they break. Try to stay alive. Do as you're asked.
To assume that's not what we haven't been doing.
Fuck, I should have gone down fighting.
When this guy leaves, Tormy's gonna yank on Gwenea and Cyron's arm to have them come down to her level and whisper in their ear. So, you want to totally not listen to what this guy just told us to do and maybe find the kid?
Yeah, fuck this asshole.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the Space Marine has walked off by this point. He's grown bored of your questions.
I want my stuff and my friend back.
Also, this dude was a total asshole. Does he know what hospitality is?
I don't think they really have the whole emotional spectrum thing.
Listen, I'm a Tau. We don't have that either, but hey.
I would argue that you most certainly do, Tormy.
Only emotions I was taught was zealous rage and
repression.
Yeah.
And alcoholism.
Well, no, I learned that.
Cyron, as you're having this lighthearted conversation with your friends, you feel something tugging in the back of your mind, and then almost like an ice pick has been driven into your brain as you hear a scream echo throughout the halls of the Covenant of Blood.
And is
you're
everyone hearing the scream?
You're the only one hearing the scream.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like a single voice. It's like a discordant amalgamation of hundreds and hundreds of voices, all crying out in agony at once.
and kind of try to like hit my head, try to make it stop.
You alright there, Sly?
Is psychic stuff going on? I don't understand that, but like,
I
So give me a corruption test.
Ooh,
Oh God! I go to let my mom in the front door, and this is what happens.
good lord.
What section of the sheet do I roll that on?
Let me double.
Attributes.
Yes.
It's-
Attributes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Should be on the rightmost side, the second 6 down.
I don't want
yeah.
to jinx anything.
Thank you.
But,
Okay. There isn't like a rolly button.
If there is, it's.
I believe there is.
It's
Let me check.
there.
I'll click it.
It's resist corruption.
Resist corruption.
Yes.
Got it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, what did you get? Oh!
First roll of the session. That is a So yeah, you go up in corruption by 1 point, Siron,
Okay.
as this warp shriek fades.
God, I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything.
Nissa might know
Sigh.
something about this, but
Mhm.
we'll get to that in a bit.
Oh, where do you think we should go? Gwenea, gee, you're the one who'd know these ships the most out of all of us.
Well, this is.
I mean,
this is,
Imperium, I
okay,
don't...
so they're all
Look at-
kind of built the same, but that doesn't mean that I don't even know where we are.
Gee,
Yeah,
look at me.
there-
Do I look like someone who's ever been on a spaceship?
We always went places together. My sisters always led me around. I don't know how to. I'm not good with directions.
Oh, great. We have to be competent. Okay, I say we go down that hallway. Pointing.
Good.
So
Right
reminder,
ahead
you
of
are in
them.
an atrium with like a bunch of people milling about
Oh,
in
cool.
little
Can I grab
stalls.
someone?
What? Yeah.
I grab the nearest person and pull them over here.
Oh,
Like,
God.
literally just by 2 shoulders and wrench them over.
You grab an
Hey.
old man.
Old guy. We're new here. What's going on?
No speak Gothic. Nostramen?
Nah. Where's food?
Do you gesture?
Yeah. Where's food? Drink.
Oh, he points you down into the market and says something in Nostramen, you assume.
Market? It's not a cafeteria? Fucking capitalists.
Mm.
Alright. Chaos is basically just caps.
Pretty much. I feel like orcs are the truest ANCAPs.
No,
Whoever has the most
No,
teeth.
that's absolutely fair. Actually, you're
Yeah,
totally
orcs are the
correct.
absolute truest ANCAPs.
Hey,
Well, they're like funny caps.
They're
Sigh.
they're hilarious.
They're better because they kill themselves. Anyway, sorry.
Sly, did you catch a look at that guy's eyes?
I
Oh,
my
God.
head
Oh,
really hurts.
do we-
There's something going on here. and-
mm,
I just the
Sure,
pain
Nothing.
is lingering.
mm.
I need
was-
a smoke.
I
I
was
think
wondering.
we took them though.
If that guy might be, not human, but I'm
Um,
not sure.
that
Looks
wouldn't
human.
shock me. We might not be the only prisoners here.
Gee, what do you know about these guys? If anything.
You want to make a roll for me, Gunea?
Yeah, sure, Harry. Would that be a scholar roll?
Yes, that sure would be a
Great.
scholar roll.
Me and my
With
great
your
scholar
1 dot.
skill. Oh no!
Holy shit!
I try to remember something and get a nosebleed.
Yeah, you try to
Oh.
use your brain,
Yeah.
and it goes poorly enough that I get a ruin.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
jeez. Okay, you know what? Let's just figure out
Oh
what
no,
the-
I made Scorpia again. Whoops.
Whoops.
this market thing. Wait. Market implies currency. We don't have any of that. What the hell's wrong with these people?
I think I know how currency works in this kind of place. I'm guessing I could punch someone for food?
Oh, God.
That makes no sense. They're not. There's no exchange there.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
exchange is I punch them and then I get food.
I mean,
No, but that's not like equivalent. They're not getting anything out of it. So, other
hey,
than
they're not
fear,
getting beaten up.
They get to not be beat up more.
but I feel like not everyone is an ex-battle sister around here. So maybe
Exactly.
it might work different. You know what, Gwenea? If you want to start problems and attract attention, by all means, my friend,
Good
go
point.
nuts.
I can
Well, you
punch
have
someone
a
in
metal
the knees.
fist. Together,
I do have a metal fist.
Together,
It
we can be the kings of the.
I
of the
can
crowd
punch
or
people in
whatever.
the knees.
Yeah, you get him, Tormy, ankle biter.
So you're gonna go into the
metal fist
market?
packs
Yeah,
a
let's go.
punch, but
Let's go into the market.
My teeth are not sharp enough to deal efficient damage.
You have
You
the
can
thing
see
that everyone
that-
around here fears, apparently, a flashlight.
All over the market, even though it's dark, there is a dim, faint red glow illuminating the area. You can see there are people selling all sorts of stuff. Bits of damaged war gear, like damaged ceramite scraps from the plates of marine, or, piping, or gears. There's a store that sells solely auto guns and las guns.
Does
Isn't that
anybody
a
sell
bad idea?
knives or chain swords?
No chain swords, but you absolutely can find someone selling bladed weapons. Despite this being a slave market, it seems that the slaves have been equipped with all the looted gear the Space Marines didn't want. Which, to be fair, I mean, what are the slaves going to do with a bunch of auto guns and a las gun? Rise up against the Space Marines? Las gun can't do
Yeah.
shit to their armor.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Should we start a slave uprising? I feel like that's a thing we could try to do.
It is good enough. Well, I guess Sai's good at talking, but gee, between the two of us,
No, that's a good point.
you could
drunk
pretend to be me,
nun,
and I can have a bit of silence for once in my life.
drunk nun and angry blueberry don't exactly,
That
lead
was
the
very
people.
nice.
Why don't we take a loop around the place? Just kind of walk perimeter, look if we see anything interesting or anyone interesting, and then as a team we can decide what lead we're going to pursue.
I want to look
sword
for
band.
a map of the ship and a From Gothic to Nostromo's dictionary.
I'm sure somebody has a map of the ship. That wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
those are what I want to find.
A map of the ship, you say?
Oh, God!
There's a man behind you. He's sort of, he's short in stature. He's kind of a diminutive stature.
Taller than me.
Almost fluorescently pale skin and jet black eyes.
Hello, sir.
You're the new arrivals.
Oh, God.
What gave it away?
If you're looking for a map of the ship, I can provide you one, but I'm afraid it won't be of much use.
Why is that?
Why'd you say?
This ship changes.
Oh, great. Don't tell me some warp shenanigans.
Exactly right.
I've had enough of this psychic stuff.
The ship itself is a warp entity.
Simple.
Oh,
Tormy's just gonna kick whatever piece of dirt or can is nearest to her.
Yeah, there's a tin can that goes bouncing off, and someone runs after it to go pick it up.
Ah!
You're probably hungry, yes?
I guess
Starving.
we've been stuck in a cell for a week.
Come with me. I'll fetch you something.
why are you being so nice?
Because we have to stick together.
Also,
This
you're not
place is
ready.
dangerous.
I would say that about me and my friends. I don't know you.
He can speak Gothic.
I can speak Gothic and Nostraman. I know my way around the ship. And I have this. And he holds up what appears to be like a silver medallion.
What is
What's
that?
that?
This means I am the personal assistant to one of the Marines. Guarantees me protection. No other Marines can harm me.
Why do you care about us?
Because you're new around here. I care about everybody on this ship.
Have you seen any other knife ears at all?
I've never seen anything like you.
That's what they usually say.
He's special.
Bud.
Sorry, they're special.
Have
okay.
you seen kind of taller than me, but shorter than these two? She's got a cowl on, wearing belts on belts on belts on belts.
She talks
probably
like
kicking and screaming.
The moment Sister Gwinnea does the impression, his ears perk up. He's like, actually, yes. She came through here a few days ago with her attendants looking for some people. You wouldn't happen to be those people, would you? She said something about a blueberry.
Yes. Of course
That
you would
sounds
use
like
that
her.
terminology from me. I'm not offended, but... Yeah, we're those people.
Mm-hmm. As he's walking and talking with you, he leads you off through the market, through the sort of shanty town that's built around it. You go into a little corrugated tin building. He sits you down and gets you little bowls of slop. It's not good, but it's the first food you've had in a few days, so...
Yeah, it's better than Pennant's food.
Yep.
Nuance consumption.
And with your munching on this hot grub, we will switch over to Nissa.
Yay.
You've been going...
Maybe not yay.
Yeah, since your recruitment into the crew of the Covenant of Blood, your status has gotten pretty nice. It's one of the nicest you've ever lived in your so far rather short life, Nissa. You've been provided your own suite. You have attendants to wait on you. Of course, the attendants aren't exactly what you would expect. They're small and hunched, hideously disfigured. One of them's missing his eyes. The other speaks through a Vox grill. They're annoying and have the intelligence of a smart dog, as they've been lobotomized, but, you know, they mean well. They help out.
Yeah, so I think it's about time, if I haven't been called to any of my duties for the day, which I'm very thankful for, then Nissa is going to do her very casual daily routine of walking around the lower decks of the ship for exercise.
Yeah. You're one of the few people, you're probably the only person on the ship who can walk through the lower decks without some fear of being killed by a Night Lord for fun. Even the warp beasts that live in the bowels and the pipes know not to mess with you, as you are the navigator.
Which is not a status Nissa's particularly fond of, but it comes with the perks of being able to more or less freely look for her compatriots.
Are your attendants with you?
I'm going to send them off on each journey and have them report back to me in my suite. So I'll say, return back to me in another 2 hours, and bring along warm water for a bath, as well as food.
Yes, mistress. We will do so immediately.
And you over there, go ahead and change my bed sheets.
The one with the Vox grill lets out a beep and then goes over and starts making the bed.
Do not attend to me until 2 hours when I have returned. Wow, why am I British?
Another jet of scrap code comes out.
Giving orders, the imperialism just sets in.
The moment you get the
Become part of the
slightest luxury, you're like, I
establishment.
can get used to this. You almost forget the fact that they made you murder like 1,000 people. Like literally 1,000 people.
Yeah, no, she's just putting on an act.
Yeah. Oh yeah, only Jane has actually listened to Nissa's special episode.
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, it's not.
All the better for me.
Big concern.
So you go through the bowels. Are you like trying to avoid the black market area and the slums, or are you gonna be walking through there?
Walking through there, I've made a habit of like looking around and sort of asking as casually as she can, or as I can, just about if there are any new people who's been tortured, who's been killed, that sort of thing. Any information she can get.
Mm-hmm. Normally, your days go about you asking for information, any new people, and the responses are rarely promising. But today's a bit different. The moment you arrive... So, normally people only show you reverence when Space Marines are around, because they're supposed to show you reverence, but they really don't give a fuck. But the moment you show up, people sort of rush up to you. A whole mob of them, about a dozen people, all saying stuff in Nostraman and gesturing for you to follow.
I don't know. Does anyone speak Gothic? You want me to follow you?
As you sort of gesture to like follow, or whatever, however you communicate that with gesture, the crowd sort of goes off in a direction, gesturing for you to follow more.
Yeah, Nissa's gonna quickly paste follow.
Yeah, they lead you down a few roads and then are pointing into a little corrugated tin hut.
Thank you. She gives a smile as best she can, and then turns and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody
down.
avoids direct eye contact.
Yeah, she's wearing her scarf as well,
Mm-hmm.
her silk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah, she goes ahead and just touches it, retightens the
Mm-hmm.
sash, and then takes a deep breath and pokes her head into the tent.
Everybody. Someone pokes their head into the tent.
Oh gods, my eyes are so bad. Who goes there?
Oh my god, Tormi, Gunea, Sai.
I grab her up in a big hug.
Yeah, Tormi's gonna join in the hug.
I will tower. I'll be the covering part of the hug.
It's the legs, the mid body, and the head of Nissa's that's covered. Don't get off of me. Okay.
No.
We haven't seen you in a week. We thought you were dead or executed or tortured or whatever these people.
You have like wires poking out of your head or something.
That's what I thought were going to happen with you. Okay, listen. Okay. I will have someone. Okay, come with me. Don't bother with that. I have food. Come with me.
The guy the translator was sort of gives you a nod, like, you should probably go with her.
Well, I guess thanks, guy.
Yeah, thanks for the grub, partner.
If you ever need a lasgun, give me a ring.
Oh.
If you ever need anything fixed, give me one. We owe you.
And then I'm going to look at him and go, remind me the name of the Space Marine you are under orders of.
I am under Brother Variel.
Brother Variel, all right. I will give him.
Variel.
Yes, I will make sure to inform him that you are allowed to visit my quarters if I summon you.
Of course.
Okay, come on. She like drops the act and just like hurriedly waves for the three to go, and she wants to start running, but then just like goes back to like the slow pace when she's outside of the black market, and she's like trying to act as like she knows what she's doing as best she can, and is walking back to her quarters.
Kid,
So-
I want you to know that I have very shitty vision in this.
I just pick up Tormy again.
Thank you.
Have them under my arm this time.
So
I don't know why they freaked out so much about the flashlight.
I think light hurts them, remember? We used a flash bomb to kill one of those sons of bitches.
I mean, being locked up and fed grub hurts me, but they still did it. They can sacrifice a little.
Shh. Need to be quiet.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, you find your way back up to your quarters without a problem.
Walk in. I dismiss any of the attendants that are in my rooms, and shut the door and lock it.
The
Oh my
attendants shuffle out.
God.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was saying the attendants shuffle out and the door clicks.
Yeah. Oh my God, I thought you were dead. I didn't know if I missed you guys and you were already killed before I was given that limited but freedom. Oh
my God, we thought you would be dead.
Dead.
Worse.
Oh yeah, Nissa,
Definitely
have you turned the
worse.
lights on?
no, because she's gotten used to it.
Okay, yeah, this is used to it, so it's still pitch black. You guys can't see Nissa really. You can only hear her
Kid.
voice.
Kid, can we make sure that you haven't been like horribly disfigured or something?
I thought that you all had been killed again. Like
Stop.
Tori's
You're way
gonna
harder to
hug
kill
her.
than that. Come on.
It's okay. Come here.
Yeah, exactly. Kid, we
I
wouldn't have
give her
killed
another
that
hug and,
easily.
like, I give her another hug and like pat around her head to make sure she doesn't have like wires or something.
Yeah, all
Well,
group
Nissa-
hug again, and we're just
Nissa does have a
inspecting Nissa.
bandana around her head, like a silk sash tied
Okay,
rather
that's
tightly
just
around
like
her
a
head.
fashion choice, I'm sure. She's like that.
No. Don't be a
Look,
dumb.
I know what it is, but Gwinnea does not.
Fair enough.
Okay, it's all right.
Okay.
It's all right. We're safe.
She sort of wipes it on her like thumb, and then on the back of her cloak.
What is,
Okay.
where are...
Are you hungry? Do you need a nap? How about a shower? I didn't get to take a shower when I was with you guys, and I said it's great to clean. I haven't had such a cleaning until now, but I wouldn't prefer it.
Are these guys, like not torturing you? Are they? I mean, you're still in the dark room, it seems. But like, wait, they're giving.
Oh,
Are they giving you food?
yes,
What the
actually,
hell?
one of my attendants should be returning with food. You can have it. I'm gonna poke my head out, unlock the door and poke my head out. Are my attendants there?
Yes, they are both waiting dutifully by the door.
Go fetch food for 4 people. Along with any spirits that you can find.
and you.
You have no idea.
Okay.
And
Anyways,
you have servants?
the attendants just shuffle off.
I'm gonna close the door again. Lock it. It's complicated. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna shut both of my eyes. Like walk
Mhm.
over to the light switch, shut my eyes, put my hand over as many of my eyes as I can cover, and then turn on the lights.
Yeah, even with your eyelids closed through your hand, it's a change. You've been in total darkness for nearly a week. All of you, to some extent, have been in total darkness, and so this is headache-inducing at first, but you rather quickly acclimatize.
Oh, to have visibility again.
Yeah, the room you
No,
can
really.
see is, if not like super luxurious, it's certainly better than the shanty town that you were previously in. The furniture is a bit old, but it has a large bed, a desk, a separate bathroom. It's pretty nice.
Huh.
Okay. Nice.
After waiting until Nissa's still gonna have her eyes shut, but she takes her hands down so that she can slowly acclimate to the light source.
Tormy's gonna poke around the room again, kind of opening drawers and stuff like that, but not destroying it like what she did at the hotel room.
Okay, yeah, Tormy, you're just poking around.
So food should be here momentarily. I don't suppose you know what happened to Ophelia?
They all saw it.
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah, Deltrion, and after we landed or after we got boarded or whatever, you got dragged off and we all got thrown in the cellar, and I don't exactly remember what they did with her body. It wasn't pretty.
I was sorely hoping that they would not do the same to you, and I'm glad that has not been the case.
I mean,
well, you seem mostly unhurt, all things considered.
Yeah, but we certainly haven't been living like this.
What reason do they have to kill us? We haven't done anything yet, but...
Well, it's a bit of a complicated situation, which is really not that complicated if, as long as I obey them and do their bidding, you were allowed to live and be spared from tormented and killed. So I was hoping that they kept their word.
Yeah.
Well, in that case...
But what did they make you do? And what's with that new accessory?
Yeah, it looks cool.
It's and her eyes are still closed, but she puts her hand up to the silk to make sure it's still tied on there. It's a precaution.
You get
There's
bonked in the
a
head?
little bit of for lack of a better term, yes. There's a bit of an unsightly formation, and I don't, but even yes.
Okay.
You seem a bit rattled, kid.
Well, I haven't. I hope you have you been able to sleep? I don't know how anyone can sleep these days. I certainly can't, but this bed is so comfy. If you guys would like to sleep in it, I
Tormy's
don't
gonna
really
put a
use
hand on Nissa's shoulder, just reach up. Kid, you can be up front with us. We're your family. We're here to support you.
I know you're my family, and that's why I don't want you guys to get drawn more into this with whatever they're doing and what I'm doing. I only know a limited amount.
Drawn more into being held prisoner on the ship. Things can only work if we share information.
Knowledge means everything on every battlefield.
Are they making you do something you don't like? Well, I'll
settle down.
Gunael, as much as I would originally have been glad to send you to your death, I would be remiss if I did now. If you were to face them, you would meet immediate death, and there is nothing that I would be able to do to help you.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Do you know where they put all of our stuff? Because I want my stuff.
I agree.
I want my stuff.
There are members who are combat soldiers, and they train. Probably they've been put in the armory there. Whenever they're deployed, they'll be given it along with whatever other weapons they've acquired or created.
How are they gonna fit into my stuff?
Well, that's for them to know and for us to wonder.
Is there a way to get it back?
I don't know.
Can I fight whatever schmuck has my stuff?
Gwenay, let's not.
No
There's a-
racism intended, but does a human have my witchblade? Ugh.
There's a rapping on the door.
One moment. I'm going to unlock the door and open it.
Yeah, it's your attendants. The hunched one with no eyes, is sort of using his back as a tray for the food cart, or the food tray. Mistress, your food!
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jem. You and Esther can stand outside until further noted.
What is my name, mistress?
Jem.
Jim?
Jem. Jem.
Jem and Esther. Thank you, mistress. We will cherish these titles.
Of course. If you'll excuse me.
Yes.
Gonna quickly shut the door and lock
Yeah.
it again.
Take the food to the door.
Tormy just looking at Sister
Creepy
Gwenea
ass
and Cyron like, yo!
This place is weird.
Nissa's gonna...
Do we need new names?
No. They weren't given names, and I couldn't really stand calling them you, so I gave them names. More for me than for them, but you know.
If they don't have names, then how do they, like, interact with other people?
They didn't really. They were just given orders, executed them, and that was it. I think I'm rather a strange master for them.
That's kind of sad, actually.
Yeah.
The town.
Anyways, here
drones
is
get
food.
treated
You must be
better.
hungry. Please eat.
Yeah,
Starving.
Tormy's just gonna start eating.
Yeah, they brought extra food after seeing you bring in your friends.
Something that isn't gray mush. How pleasant.
Yes, this is the best food if you hadn't only been eating gray mush for a week, this probably wouldn't be all that great, but it is
Gourmet.
good.
It's like when you go back home and the D-Hall food is getting kind of old, and then your mom cooks something.
Yeah,
And you're
it's
like,
like
wow.
it's the best tasting food you've ever had in your life. Even though it's a bit dry, a bit tough.
Consumption of
Hopefully not
nourishment.
human.
Yeah, probably not human.
Probably.
There's always a chance.
Not gonna ask where they got flesh on this ship.
Yeah.
Wherever.
I mean, couldn't they just raid
Sorry,
planets
meat.
and whatever?
Yeah. What do you want to know? This is a bit weird.
I mean, I would say my first priority would be getting my shit back if I can. I feel a little bit naked without it.
Did
Not
they
gonna
take
lie.
just our, like, weapons, or did they take, like, the other stuff on us also?
You're in rags.
Yeah.
It's like the
Okay,
beginning of Skyrim.
Pretty much.
I would be, like, jonesing by now for my substance of choice if it's been a week.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
probably already gone through withdrawal.
Oh, great.
Did they bring any
Tormy's been
wine
dealing with
or
that.
spirits that I asked them to?
They did their best. There's not too much alcohol lying around on the Covenant of Blood, but they were able to scrape together a glass of Amasec.
I'm gonna just offer it to somebody, whoever wants it.
I'm gonna see if Cyron wants, and if they don't, I'll take it.
You know what, Gwenea, you need it more than me.
I down it.
That's what I thought.
You guys and your substances.
Yeah, it's barely enough to even get you the tiniest bit buzzed, Gwenea. But it's still good. The taste of
the real
Amasec.
buzz that I miss is my chain sword.
So,
I need it.
what happened to you after you were dragged kicking and screaming off the off Oromor. Speaking of Oromor, where the hell is Beltrian? Where the hell is that bastard? You have a score to settle with him. Maybe a
I'm
nice
gonna rip
chat.
him.
We can
limb
break his
from limb.
kneecaps in. Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna use his spare parts to give myself upgrades like you've never
I mean, you can
seen.
always just take his arms and just shove him up his ass.
Well, there's
That
a
would be a waste.
possibility that. Well, there's a possibility that he's still on the ship. Most likely, he's been deployed elsewhere as another mole planted among the Imperium.
If you called for him, would they summon him for you? Hypothetically.
I don't know. I have some amount of influence, but I'm not sure if I could recall somebody back purely out of my own whims. After all, I don't ever have any reason to deal with them.
Gotcha. That makes
what
sense.
if you wanted tech augmentations?
They wouldn't let me do that.
Even if they would, they probably have more than one tech priest, no?
Yes. Although nobody here really needs to take priest. All that
But-
often, at least.
Now back to what happened. You got this thing.
Did
going
anything
on.
happen to you? Were
we
you
were
just
kept
left
in
in
a
your
box
cell?
for a week.
Together or by yourself? Did they do any
Together.
torture? Did they poke and prod you?
Nissa, look at me. Look at me in my little red eyes. Answer my questions.
Nissa still has her eyes closed, so she's just looking in the direction of Tormy speaking.
Kid, I want you to look at me.
Yeah,
But
so
they
you can
still
probably open your eyes without it hurting now, but
No, Nissa knows that. She's just
Yeah.
keeping her eyes shut.
okay.
Kid.
Nissa will peek one eye open, like squinting, and then the other one.
You can see us now. You can see the conditions we've been in. You can make assumptions. We weren't hurt. We weren't tortured. We were just kept in a room and barely fed. Now, what happened to you? You seem more rattled than we all are. And to be fair, this isn't my first time being a prisoner of war.
Well, I don't know exactly everything, of course, but if I guess I'll start by, I suppose, reintroducing myself. My name is Nissa Cassini. Nice to meet you again.
What
When
changed in a
it-
week?
Does that name sound familiar to you? Is this some Imperial stuff?
Don't make me try to remember things.
That's right. I forgot. You're dumber than a doorknob.
Hey. It just hurts, alright? Give Harry ruin.
Yeah, I don't have any points in Scholar.
Apparently, what I thought was my past was simply false memories implanted by the Cometh. And apparently I'm from a lineage, a house, if you would, of people who have powers like me, a psyker, if you will, but specifically about navigating a ship and being able to look into the warp.
So you got clout.
She must have known, that son of a bitch.
Ophelia?
And she didn't even say anything. She had to. Think about it.
Yeah, she was a member of the
that's-
Cometh. But
That's
this psychic stuff is so complicated. Tormy's just gonna kick whatever's closest to her.
Yeah, my old standby of just killing witches was a lot easier. No offense.
Okay,
It's
so
okay.
hold on. Let me see if I can wrap my xenon brain around this. My non-psychic xenon brain to specify.
It's okay, we're not all that different, you know. It's just there's a slight mutation in your genome and a slight mutation in my genome.
We don't have psychers in the Tau. So, amongst these people that can magically blow someone's head off, you are even stronger. You were aware of that before, but so they're using you for psychic things.
Yeah.
What kind of psychic things? From what I've seen, psychic stuff isn't rainbows and lollipops.
Now and again, over the past week, I've gotten calls just to help navigate the ship, make sure that they don't tear through the space-time continuum into the immaterium. But otherwise, they've had me do one other thing, which I must apologize to you, Siron. I would imagine it would hurt.
Wait. I mean, when we first got out of our little accommodations, let's call it, after the Space Marine fucker left, Siron, he got hit by something.
Yeah. There was like a sharp pain. I've never been stabbed in the head, but I assume that's what it would feel like, and I just heard screaming like I've never heard before, but apparently no one else could hear it as they were all acting completely fine. I thought maybe it was the withdrawal, but figured that it was probably something much more warpy than that.
I mean, think about it.
That would have been the feedback of about 100, maybe 1,000, I'm not quite sure of the actual number, of astronomicons being slaughtered.
Astropaths,
Oh.
but yes.
Astropaths.
There's only one Astronomicon, and if you slaughtered that, it would literally mean the end of everything.
Sorry.
End it all.
Gee.
Of astropaths being killed.
Gee, do you know what an Oh, wait, never mind. I shouldn't ask you. Sai, do you know what an astropath is?
Do I know what an astropath is?
Yeah, you know it. On a lot of human vessels, they have somebody who is able to see into the warp and navigate its tides and currents. Navigators, basically. Well, not navigators. Astropaths are used to communicate through the warp. They essentially send a signal through the warp to try to get to the other side of it, and send that message across long distances. Not super reliable, but it's better than nothing.
Is this like a rare thing for people to be?
Relatively. I mean, astropaths are rare, but they're not like, one in a million. There's astropaths on every world. There's astropaths on every ship.
They're like cell phones.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like cell phones.
No, cell phones are everywhere. That's a bad example.
They're like...
I know, they are kind of everywhere. I mean, they're not like...
like Morse code machines. What are those things called?
They're like fax machines.
They're like natural redheads.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Don't know what I expected.
That's a lot of people, but like...
Oh, I would like to explain the information that you just told me to everyone else, by the way. In game. Yeah.
I remember, yeah. That was you who killed all 1,000?
Gonna look down and then slightly nod her head.
But why? Why?
Wow.
I mean, yeah, I get it. These guys seem to be homicidal maniacs who get off on ripping someone's nuts off, but
wasn't
why?
my choice.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We understand that. You didn't want to do that. You would never do that. But, these guys, they seem like villainous ex-bloggers, monologue, whatever your terminology for it. Did they say why?
It created a massive ripple effect echoing around across the Materium through the warp. And it's apparently disrupted almost all of the essential communications between the Imperium bases. After that amount of astropaths died, others also shattered due to the sound waves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All right.
So they're trying to weaken the Empire's communication abilities in a way like technological sabotage.
Yes. You
That can only
remember,
mean one
Nissa, you
thing.
remember them saying something about the Cadian Gate.
Something about
The
going
Cadian...
after the Cadian gate or something. I don't know.
Oh, great, more Imperium stuff.
It's not that they use technology to do it. They had me kill so many people, and by proxy so many more. And I still hear their moanings and shouting. You know, like she's gonna turn to Sai. What you heard for a little bit, I always hear. The minute I try to go to sleep, the minute I try not focusing.
All right.
I hear it.
All right. I'm gonna kind of like put an arm like around her shoulders. We will figure things out. There's no use dwelling in the past. We can only move forward. You did something of great proportions for them, and perhaps we can use that in our advantage and eventually get out of here.
For the record, Sister Gwinnea, you know the Cadian Gate to be the several systems around the Eye of Terror, keeping the warp from spilling out into the rest of the Imperium.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
Yeah, just a little bit. And yeah, just a bit.
A little bit.
Gwinnea, you look like you're thinking for once.
I'm having a
You
thought.
want to tell us?
It doesn't hurt this time. Yeah, the Cadian Gates, that spot by the Eye of Terror that stops like the whole Imperium from getting fucked by the Eye of Terror. Kind of important.
Well, how do we fix it?
What the whole Cadian Gate?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, Cadia. You know, like they have some of the best guard. I mean, that's best guard is a bit of like an oxymoron, but you know, they could lose a couple astropaths and still hold out. They're like the best of the guard. I was gonna say the best of the best, but that's not the guard.
I think that Amasec's kicking in now.
Really.
Or is that just real life, Liam?
Look, a little bit of both. So I mean, they get hit by a Black Crusade like every couple decades. They've survived, what, 12 of them at this point, Harry?
Yes, they have survived 12 so far.
Judging by
Black
what's
Crusade.
judging
to
by
be fair,
what
the 12th targeted Kraith, not Cadia, but
whatever.
yeah, I'm a huge dork.
Nerd.
And they failed horribly at Kraith.
They fail every time.
The Adeptus Mechanicus pushed
time.
their shit in.
Judging by what little I've heard, this will be an opportunity that they might not get for a very long time. They've been working up to this. I don't know if we can stop it, but
that's bad for the Imperium, but
Do
to be honest, I don't really care about
a war council that these loonies have?
No, they listen to a hierarchy.
So okay, but I mean, if you're the one navigating the ship, you should also be.
I'm useful.
plans.
I'm not power. I'm useful. It doesn't mean that I have actual status in terms of the rank and order. I'm sorry for bringing you all into this mess.
If we enlisted, could we get our stuff back?
I'm not enlisting for my stuff back. I have a better idea.
Ooh,
Oh.
what?
I mean, it's simple. Do you think all those people want to be here? Let's start a fucking riot.
That could get a lot of people killed.
Yeah, how many, Nissa, how many Night Lords are on the ship?
Well, I know of about 5, or no, I know about 3, but I don't know how many more there are.
You've had a chance to count. You've seen them having war councils of sorts, having meetings.
Oh, so
You
they do
bet
have
that at most there are maybe 40 on this ship.
There are more than 3 and more than 4, more like 40.
Well,
That's a lot.
but if they're so light sensitive, I mean, the dude almost burst in a nerve when I turned my flashlight on.
We could
If
turn all the lights on.
We can turn all the lights on.
There's
Then
a
we
power
kill them.
generator somewhere on the ship, but remember what that guy told us? This thing's like a warp machine or whatever. It changes, but you can navigate that. Maybe you could take us to the generator.
Or we could scavenge in that alley also, where people were trading and all that.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure
We
Go to
killed
the
a Night Lord
generator.
before. We could do it again.
We killed
There's
one
the
and barely
spirit of
survived.
And again, and maybe 40 times? I don't know. That seems like a lot of times.
We can't be the only people that want to get out. There might be 40 of them, but there's probably more than 40 of us. And with a little bit of light, and a little bit of willpower, and a little bit of fuck you attitude, we can get our stuff, and we can leave.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
what if
I like this plan.
I'll work on trying to get back either your stuff or material and armor to make up for it. And in the meanwhile, you go back and try to figure out things with them. I'll call for you every now and again. I'll send one of the attendants, or I'll come myself. I don't know if I'll be allowed to go around. I should be fine. Never mind. And we can try working on this.
We could
be
try to
honest-
find the master light switch.
Yeah, that's what I want to find.
I don't think they'd be stupid enough to have a master light switch if their lives depend on being in the dark.
Listen,
Most likely it's
I've
going to
piloted
be higher up on
Imperial
the ship.
stuff. They're stupid enough to not put labels on buttons.
It will probably be higher up on the ship. That's where everything important is.
It
If
could
they
be in the
have like a
generator
fuse
room.
box, I might be able to screw around with it also.
Yeah. Let's just find the engine room, or the tech center. I don't know what you people call them. But
Okay.
All
I
right.
mean, do they have lights? Like, they have lights in this room that still work. Do they have lights in the rest of the ship that still work?
I don't know. I got used to the dark, so I really didn't notice.
Well, why don't we go talk to that guy? He probably has been here for a while. He seemed nice enough, and if he doesn't know
works for
anything,
one. He
certainly
works for
doesn't.
one.
Harry, GM,
Yes.
do I have anything like an emblem that I can give to them as being just like, these are my people, don't touch?
Yeah, you have been given coins, the little silver pendants.
Right.
They're given
Okay, how many do I have? Do I have enough to get like 3?
just for you and your attendant, so 3.
Okay, I'm going to give them... I'm going to give them 2 and keep 1 for myself. And go, here, I need to keep 1 for myself, but this should be able to at least get you some benefits. I'll call you to come back here in 2 days, 3 days? What would be better?
3's a nice number.
Three's a good even number.
Okay, let's meet. I'll call again, and we can have food. I'll see if there's any more Amasek.
We're gonna have
3
to
days.
split into squads.
Nice.
Nissa,
Yeah.
can you try to get my stash back from them before they run me out? God knows how much money.
All right, I'll do my best. What was your stash?
They'll know it when you ask for it. Believe me.
Coke.
Okay.
It's not Coke.
Space weed?
Well, okay.
Space Oxy.
They sell the space Coke, but they smoke the space weed. Because you don't get high off of your own supply.
It's true.
True that. So Nissa's
Alright.
giving you your orders.
Okay.
Well,
Gwenea,
you don't have to put it like that.
let's
It was
Let's
Cyron's
go.
idea.
go investigate the.
I thought I was quite
room.
inspiring. I don't.
It was good.
You can go inspire some FU attitude.
Before they go, are there any Night Lords in particular? Like, what was the one that I was talking with his helmet off? What's his name?
You were not given his name.
Right.
You know
Well, are
the
there any-
apothecary that operated on you was Variel.
Yeah, and that's
And that's the
servant
guy's
we
master.
interacted with.
Do I know of any Night Lords' names at all?
Only Variel. You overheard something about Uzas being crazy, and then something about Mercutian. But
Okay, I'll tell them those 3 names and say those are the Night Lords' names that I know, but there's one in particular who knew about me and knew about my past, who I would be especially careful of. I doubt you'll ever encounter them, but it doesn't hurt to be safe.
Hmm.
And then I'll give him a
Alright.
brief description of the Space Marine.
Okay.
Okay, Gwenea, let's go F around with some light switches.
Bye, see you guys in 3 days.
Time to turn some people on.
yeah, you go and you open the door to
I
the
don't know what
apartment.
that means.
And I looked over at Jem and I go, Jem, bring these bring these fellows back down and remember their faces. I will need them again in 3 days.
Mistress, you have a visitor.
Oh.
Mm.
I
It's the
send them out
closet.
and then in the moment call him in.
Out
I
from the
don't know.
shadows steps Variel. In his Mark III plate, his Narthesium, the big drill thing, on his arm.
We have been running all specs, trying to figure out the effect that your psychic scream had. To say the least, we are impressed. You blotted out the very Astronomicon for just a moment. But it seems the Imperial Navy has lost nearly 1 million ships. This calls for celebration. You are asked for on the bridge.
I will be there presently. And Brother Variel, I believe you have an assistant. Yes, one in the underbelly of the ship.
I do.
He has been rather helpful for me. I would like you to give him permission to come to my quarters as a conversation partner. You all are busy, and there are days when I have no company but these attendants here.
Of course. Would your friends like to join us? We are having a banquet.
Tormi's gonna nod at Nissa.
Yes, we'll be there presently. Thank you for telling us, Brother Variel.
Oh God.
He
This is
nods
gonna
and
get you paid.
thumps off down the hallway.
This is gonna shut the door, lock it again, turn back to all of you guys, eyes wide open, and go, "Oh, what did he hear what we said? Oh my God."
I don't think they would hesitate to kill us all if they did.
Yeah.
So, I have to go to the bridge. Do you guys want to go back down, or do you want to come to this banquet?
Banquet means more food, and it's better than being locked in a dark box again.
If something happens to you and I wasn't there, I'd feel kind of guilty about it for a couple of weeks. So I'll go.
I'd like to put something on more than the rags before.
Oh, yes.
If we're gonna be starting a revolution, we're gonna need to get our strength together.
Yes. That won't do. And then I'm going to look out. Fuck. What did I?
They're probably
Gem.
they're
Yeah.
Gem and
Gem and
Esther.
Esther.
They're
Gem
probably
and-
there's enough clothes of varying sizes. You aren't the first navigator this ship has had, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to dress them in somewhat nice, if not decent, clothing.
Yeah, these clothes are, to say, out of fashion by a few thousand years.
Perfect.
But
Why are the sleeves on mine so long? Look. Tormi's gonna hit Gwenea with her sleeves. Look what I can do. Look at what I can do.
I reached down, I ripped the sleeves off. There you go.
Give me another one like that.
Well, I suppose we should be going then.
Yeah. I just want to clarify, I am not in a dress, Harry.
yeah.
Gwenea will die before that happens.
Yeah, I'm also not in a dress.
Tormi
In case
can be in
anyone
a
was
dress.
wondering.
Tormi can be in a dress with really long sleeves.
Not as long anymore.
This is in sort of
Maybe
like
she has a shawl with long sleeves.
this is in sort of like nice long robes, but it's not like a dress.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So let's us go. I'll take you there. I'll turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights and take off into the darkness.
I can't see. Someone carry me, please.
Do people want to continue and play out the banquet now, or?
Yeah,
We should
let's do
save
the
that. We
banquet.
should save
an
it.
hour.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. No, we can. Okay, so it seems the majority is pro banquet.
Yeah. Gwenea, carry me. I can't see.
I'll pick up Tormi and put her under my arm again.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Tormi, the little cow football. Yeah, so you make your way up to the bridge, and it's quite the setup. On the bridge is a near panoramic view of real space. Stars are blinking in the distance, and you can see the Eye of Terror just radiating light in the sky. There is a long banquet table, around which are seated, not in their war plate, which you almost always see this Night Lords in, but rather in long, dark robes. They are talking, singing, chanting, generally having a good time. And above the table is a man flayed.
Like,
Yeah, flayed, hanging from the ceiling, sort of blood-eagled. Every once in a while, a Night Lord will raise his cup to the blood flowing from this man and fill it, and then drink it.
Okay, got it. No alcohol.
Okay.
I'll pass on this at this time.
Sitting at one end of the table is a figure you're not familiar with. You haven't seen him before, Nissa. He is enormous and almost wolf-like in his appearance, but also strangely human. He wears Ceramite warplate, but it would be more accurate to describe it as he is the Ceramite warplate. This thing has grown and warped itself around its armor, and its face contorted into a twisted, like a frieze of agony, with long claws on each of its hand. It sits, unmoving.
Okay.
Where is the Night Lord that I met that I don't know the name of?
He is at the side of this figure. He sees
Okay.
you and sort of gestures for you to take a seat.
I'm going to approach to give greetings. And then
Yes. You bow to him and all that bullshit.
yeah, and then I'm going to go find an empty seat way away from him.
Mm-hmm. All of the Night Lords, well, some of them vary in skin tone and in height. They all have a similar pallor, long black hair, and jet black eyes, as well as teeth sharpened to points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I mention they're like, without their armor, they're still nearly 8 feet tall and gigantic. They're like giant bodybuilders, only scary.
Jeez, I
To
thought
say
Sister
that,
Gwen was
bodybuilders are
tall.
scary, period.
Mm.
But yeah, they seem to be having a good time, chowing down on what you now see to be bits of human.
Is it too late to leave and not have come here?
This could be good for gathering information. Let's observe their habits.
I've gathered enough information for a lifetime.
Oh, for crying out loud, Grenea, grow a pair!
Ooh, they're eating people.
And then from behind Talos, you hear, it almost sounds like a car backfiring, but about 10 times louder, as a boxy mech sort of looking thing for you, Tormy, lurches out of the darkness. Sister Gwenea, you would recognize this as a dreadnought.
That's what my sword's meant to kill.
thing?
It's like a sarcophagus, but it has weapons and legs. It's like a tank sarcophagus.
Grenea, what's a sarcophagus?
Like a coffin.
Grenea, what's a coffin?
It's where you put dead people when they're
You
not
put
burned.
dead people places?
Well, normally it depends. If they're civilians, we just kind of burn them. If they're sisters, I think we also burn them, but like in a holy way. But Space Marines they have like their own things.
You guys do things for your dead? We just kind of leave ours where they died.
Oh, I heard that you ate them.
No!
Oh,
Why?
I don't know. You hear a lot of things about the Tau.
We're aliens, not animals.
A voice booms from the dreadnought.
Brother, who are these newcomers? Talos, answer me, please.
I love dreadnoughts.
Oh.
And the figure who speaks up is the Night Lord captain that you did not previously the name of Nissa. This must be Talos. They are my guests, Brother Malkarian. They have done us a great service, so they shall be honored. With their help, Abaddon's 13th Black Crusade stands a chance at breaking the Cadian Gate.
Uh-huh. Well.
A toast! Talos lifts his cup of blood into the air.
Nissa will take a glass of blood.
You give him a nice sheepish thumbs up.
What's a toast?
And as he raises the cup, another Space Marine who looks a bit more warp-tainted than the others. His veins are popping out of his flesh. His skin is discolored, almost like bruised all over his face. He goes, "Blood for the blood god!" And Talos just, "Shut up, Uzas. Nobody asked you."
I don't know why that slogan feels very resonates with me.
And then Talos takes a swig, downs the whole goblet. All the other Night Lords do the same.
Suit.
Does Nissa drink the blood?
Yeah.
Corruption test, please.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah,
Ooh.
Nissa, you
I'm
resist
good
the
at those
shit out of
things.
that corruption.
Just chucks it behind her.
The blood isn't great, but it's just blood. It's gross, but you get it down. The party continues on for some time. You don't really understand what they're saying as they're all talking in Nostraman. And then finally...
Wait, can I try to chat up the Dreadnought?
You absolutely may.
I really want to try this.
You may.
Oh, good
Can
lord.
I like make my way over and like offer him my hand?
He. I put on the dread.
No, I put on the Dreadnought voice too early. He reaches out his gigantic
big guy.
Dreadnought claw. You can see the flamer in his hand, like the nozzle in it. He reaches it out and touches you.
Can I just say that you are magnificent?
I do not feel magnificent.
Oh.
I wish my brothers had let me perish on pride.
Oh. Well. I'm sorry.
It is all right, sister. How did you find yourself aboard this vessel?
It's a very long story. I think I've been thinking about it. I think there was this like administratum twerp or like noble guy who like had the hots for me, and I didn't realize. So he got me accused of heresy, and then like one thing led to another, and now I'm aboard the Covenant of Blood.
Out of the Dreadnought's chassis emits like the sound of steam being released, but like repetitively, and you think it's a chuckle.
That is unfortunate, sister.
Yeah.
Hopefully you will find good company among real heretics.
Oh, thank you. It's been really great so far. Really, quite the experience.
He bends down, like just tilts over you like on his waist, and you'd think like almost to the point where you're worried he's just gonna tip over and smush you, but he doesn't, and he sort of to the best he can whisper. He can't really whisper because he's a Dreadnought. His voice is just a giant speaker. But, like, at relatively low volume, which is only, like, a mild shout, he says,
I don't like them either, sister. It's all right. They can be a bit much.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I mean, I just found out that the Emperor isn't really a god. Like, I'm still going through that. It's a bit of a thing. It's a big thing to deal with. But yeah, everyone here seems really confident in their heresy, whereas I'm just kind of like getting used to it. You know?
Question: is Sister Gwenea still carrying Tormy like a football?
I would think not, unless you want to be carrying Tormy like a football.
No, I would have left for me.
Okay.
So Tormy's just wandering around like, I can't see anything, probably banging into things.
Yeah, but you know, it's also like really uncomfortable. They took all my stuff, and like I'm wearing like 10,000-year-old clothes, and I miss my sword. You know. And like,
Don't complain about 10,000-year-old clothes. This sarcophagus is nearly 15,000 years old.
That's fair. I guess that's a good point.
Now, sister,
it is ceramite though. That's nice.
I can't give you your war gear back, but I can show you something. If you'd like to follow me.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Brothers, I will make my leave of absence.
Talos kind of gives Malkarian a salute as the Dreadnought just stomps down the bridge with Sister Gwenea in tow.
Wave at my compatriots.
Yeah, how...
Timmy's gonna
Nissa's gonna go. Go. I'll find you later.
Okay.
Zyron, give me a piggyback. I can't see.
Yeah, I can pick you up.
So, Sauron, Tormi, are you following?
Yeah.
Oh, are we following?
If you want to.
Seems like that's what this is suggesting.
All right, let's go.
You're stealthy. You can climb on things.
It's true. What can I say?
Also, Tormi has now been carried by everyone in the party.
So, Malkarian walks you to an elevator, which takes you down into the ship, further down than any of you have ever been before.
What's the elevator music?
There is no elevator music, unfortunately.
It is the screams of the innocent.
It's just the humming of Malkarian's sarcophagus, just doing its thing.
I wish if people ever made fan art of us, if we ever got that popular, I would love to see someone's fan art of Gunea.
I mean, I can just
Malkarian
draw
just,
this.
in the elevator.
Yeah,
Two dudes chilling in an elevator.
Yeah, Malkarian takes up almost all of the elevator because it was built for normal space marines, not fucking dreadnoughts. But you're able to squeeze in, the three of you.
Yeah.
I would like you to learn something about the Legion before we go into battle and are possibly destroyed.
Okay. Great.
This way is the Hall of Remembrance.
And he leads you down the hall into this massive vaulted cathedral.
I'm great with that. I'm great with remembrance.
The Aquillas are... all the Aquillas have been defiled. Destroyed, burned, graffitied on. Someone wrote a naughty word on an Aquila. I just imagine a Night Lord with like a can of spray paint just spray painting fuck on the Aquila.
Wiener.
Yep.
There's
lining
a very
the walls,
familiar drawing.
Lining
a dildo on one of them.
Lining the walls are similar sarcophaguses. Not in dreadnought bodies, but still sarcophaguses.
Sarcophagi?
Sarcophagi, yeah, I guess. I don't know. But on the
This is what I would like to show you.
And he takes you over down a separate hallway out of this incredible cathedral and down some stairs into a crypt. He bangs the top of his sarcophagus on the little thing when he's going down the stairs, but, ducks a bit and is able to shimmy in.
Okay, I'll warn him of the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you warn him and he's able to duck without
eyes.
Bumping his head. Yeah. The room is dark, but for your sake, he illuminates his torch, his spotlight.
Thank you.
You can see that it is lined with barred cells. In each of them is the child of a god. Space Marine without their power armor. Some gibbering away madly, others slamming themselves against the bars, others seemingly having clawed their eyes out.
Oh.
This is what comes from our heresy, sister. I have already died. I am free from my curse. But be careful before you wander down our path.
Yeah.
Our Legion was once grand, once feared. But now what are we? Pirates? Murderers?
Hey.
I mean, yeah, that's really a shame. I feel that I was once a warrior of the Emperor, and now, well, yeah, I feel the pirate thing.
Malkarian just kind of stares off into space. I mean, you can't tell where he's looking, because dreadnoughts don't exactly have faces, but
Yeah.
he seems to be contemplating.
I was there the night my father died. Do you know the story?
Yes, possibly.
Daddy issues.
I'm not good with remembering things.
Conrad Kurz, the Night Haunter, son of the Emperor. He was born on the world of Nostromo, a world shrouded in darkness, a world of crime and murder. He learned rather quickly that fear was an excellent way to keep the peace.
Yeah, we did some of that. People don't really want to rise up against you when you have flamers and tanks.
When a murderer's flayed body is left on the stairs of their victim's family, the message spreads quickly.
Yeah.
We were designed to be a force for good, using our fear and our cruelty to keep the peace. But our gene seed was tainted, as we were selected only from Nostromo's worst and most violent criminals. This madness. Our father allowed himself to be slain by the Emperor's assassin because he saw what his legion had become. We were not arbiters of justice, but murderers. It is a shame to see how far we've fallen, and to see that almost none of my brothers see it. Most are too far gone now.
They don't remember your original purpose.
Some of them do. Most don't care. Talos himself is not too bad. Ambitious, experienced, wise, and very much still in touch with the ideals of the Night Haunter. But as for my brethren, I cannot speak to their minds, only to their actions. They are deeply corrupted.
I'm sorry for your brothers.
We have brought this upon ourselves. Pity is not necessary, sister. Just do not make the same mistakes we did. For ours is a tragic existence of pain and humiliation.
You have my word.
Regardless, Cadia will fall tomorrow. Talos has seen it so.
Wow, that's big. Yeah. Okay. Well, good for us, I guess. Woo, for the home team.
No.
No? Okay, no. No, bad.
The defeat of the Imperium is essential. But unleashing the warp on countless worlds is needless, cruel. It must be stopped.
Do you have an idea about how to go about stopping that?
Brother Variel may not have overheard you, but I am in communication with the very machine spirit of this ship. It hears all.
Great. Mm-hmm.
I can assist you if you promise something.
I'm listening.
Slay those in the sarcophaguses above and in the crypt below. As for me, I care not. although my destruction would be appreciated after all this is over.
Oh, okay. All right. I promise.
Thank you, sister. I believe we have a rebellion to plan.
As whatever I am at this moment. Yes. The plans aren't really my thing. We were planning on turning on all the lights and then killing everyone. I think that was most of our plan.
That is clever. Although I don't know of any master switch for the lights. If you were able to turn them on, it could cause chaos enough for you to have a good chance of, if not winning, escaping. We are outnumbered nearly 10,000 to 1. When I say we, I refer to the Space Marines on this ship. There are nearly 500,000 slaves.
That's quite a few.
Yes, it is not enough.
Okay, even if all of them rose up, not enough. The Night Lords are they're that strong. All right. Okay.
Your numbers is not enough to overwhelm them. You will need a strategy. You will need trickery and deception.
Yes, those are our strong suits.
And of course,
The name,
heavy artillery.
And when he says heavy artillery, the autocannon that is replacing his right arm just starts to spin up.
Don't shoot.
Oh, we don't need that.
Yes.
So if he's, aware of everything going on around on the ship, he knows that Cyron
followed him.
And yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he knows. He's got
So
he's got an Auspex array built into that thing.
So I guess we can come out of the shadows. It would probably be easier for Tormi and Cyron.
You'll have to forgive me for eavesdropping, sir?
Malkarian is my name.
Malkarian.
Yes.
Can I call you Malk? Malkarian's kind of long.
Malkarian is my title.
Be nice.
All right.
Your existence is already offense enough, Xenos. Do not rub it in, as mortals may say.
Okay.
I will fight alongside you, but you must respect me.
Yes, understood, Malkarian.
Then it will be an honor.
So, this revolution. What would happen if we released some of these guys? They're a little unhinged. That would cause some chaos. It'd be more of an even playing field, rebellion people plus these guys against the Space Marines.
Don't you think they're kind of loose cannons? There's no guarantee they wouldn't attack us as well.
That's true, but they're not wearing their armor, and it would, if they betray us, it would be a part of fulfilling your wishes by ending their suffering.
I feel like using them isn't very respectful.
All right. I guess you're more aware of the culture here.
Somewhat.
I believe it is better for them to die in glorious combat than in these cells.
Oh.
However,
hell yeah.
They present a risk. They are dangerous, even without their warplate. Not as much to the Astartes, but to you.
All right.
Even without their armor, a Space Marine is more than capable of handling their fair share of humans.
We can keep them in their cells then.
Let's not rule them out. I feel if I did one or two boarding actions on vessels, and if you can control the ship, then you control the battle. We had moments where, we had bulkheads locked behind locked in front of the people, locked prevent escape or to corral people around. So if we could get someone to control, the bulkheads, we could sort of funnel them into where we want them to go.
And we can use that as the distraction to get everyone in a panic to turn the lights on.
And if we can isolate the Space Marines, then it will be easier for us to fight them.
This is true. Unfortunately, I cannot directly command the ship's machine spirit. For that, we would require you to come in contact with the ship's navigator.
Yeah, we know her.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Then, while this may not be easy, it will certainly not be impossible.
Oh, all right.
Death to the false emperor.
Right. Yeah, death to the false emperor.
But death to the corruption of chaos as well.
That too.
I must return to the banquet. I recommend you begin organizing.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the trade deck and start talking to people who will want to talk to me.
Yeah.
You might need a translator. Think about it. Most of these people don't speak God. Or you could learn the language.
The charm really just doesn't translate.
Then learn the language. It might endear you to them.
Let me just learn a language real quick. Let me get on my Rosetta Stone.
To be fair, you are Eldar and immensely intelligent. It probably won't take you long to learn a simple monkey language.
Oh, is it that simple? All right.
You're an Eldar.
That's okay.
Your language has like 50 characters or something, I'm sure. Y'all speak in poetry or whatever.
Pretty much. The Eldar do basically speak in song and poem.
Harry, has there anything happening in the banquet hall, or is Nissa just awkwardly sitting there as the Night Lord's party?
Nissa's kind of been sitting there. Finally, it's come time for duels to commence. Essentially, before any battle, many Space Marine chapters, including the Night Lords, will essentially hold duels between feuding members to air any grievances in the pit before they go out on the battlefield, so everybody's all cleared up before they go to combat.
Smart.
The duels are incredible to watch, because these men are given weapons, not like they're given power swords that are powered down. And so they're doing damage to each other, but it's incredible to see as wounds are made, how that quickly they just heal back up. And these figures, I mean, the way they're built, you'd expect them to be kind of bulky, but they're so quick, it's almost harder for your eyes to follow. Just a truly frightening display of martial prowess.
Yeah, Nissa's trying to keep a straight face, but she's definitely watching their fighting to see if she can pick up on any weak spots or anything interesting about their fighting styles.
And as you're watching intently, you feel a hand on your shoulder, large and cold. Nissa Cassini.
Gonna turn and look.
It is the Space Marine you heard referred to as Talos.
Talos, I have not seen you in a while.
You may have heard me referred to as Talos. That is my father's name. I bear some resemblance to him. My battle brothers still call me by that. I am
But how could
Decimus the 10th,
Decimus.
prophet of the 8th Legion.
Prophets. Fascinating. I understand that is probably how you were able to find me amongst the Cognite.
It was helpful, as I knew where you would be. I may need your assistance.
And what would you require?
This ship is under threat not only by Imperial Navy, but by something within it. In the recent weeks, or recent days, really, the Covenant of Blood's machine spirit has become unruly. We have lost 2 battle brothers in the bowels of the ship. They went in and never returned. You will need to temper the beast. Control it.
Understood.
It will be difficult.
Yes.
Then you should follow me. And with that, we will end tonight's episode of Controlled Chaos.
Oh boy.
So a few things have
a
happened.
wedge. I sense a wedge being driven.
So, would everyone like to go around in the circle and plug your shit?
Yeah.
You can start with Max, then go to Jane, then Liam, then Ray. Then I'll plug my shit.
I'm Max. You can find me on Instagram at arcanegoth.cause and on Twitter at arcanegoth, where you can see my pinned tweet is my commission rates and rules and etc. for writing. I guess I will be learning a monkey language to start a rebellion.
Hi, I'm Jane. You can find me at The Confused Crow, all one word, all lowercase, both on Twitter and Tumblr. I post art, so if you're thirsting for vampires, demons, or fantasy monster girls of the like, you can find me there. And I guess being carried around by the squad.
Yep. Liam, you got nothing to plug, or?
I'd plug myself into a dreadnought if I could.
Hell yeah.
Take away my weapons when they're literally my arms, assholes. Also, I get to be a 15-foot tall death machine.
Hell yeah.
That's
Sounds good.
everyone's dream.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah. You can find Nissa revving herself up for trying to commune with the ship spirit, and also really hoping that Night Lord doesn't kill the rest of her party, because she doesn't know what happened to them.
Yeah, they just walked off with the dreadnought and then haven't showed up again.
Yeah, she expected them to come back maybe after 5-10 minutes, but no, it's been a couple hours. So
I mean, you can probably try to psychically relink with Gwinnea or Siron. It's not for me.
It's very difficult, considering that everything around here is psychically gives off psychic energy, including the ship itself. So
yes. Anyways, I'll plug
Go
my
on,
shit.
Hetty.
Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Leave a comment. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't. Just let me know. You can find me on twitch.tv/theonyxpath most of the time. And go listen to Saratoga by Night. I'm currently writing Season 3, as well as my first feature-length film, which I will be working on over the summer, and quite possibly begin filming in the fall. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Stay tuned. Anyways, be safe, make good choices, and don't let the vampires bite. Bye-bye.